That's the biggest key, Leah. It's not about being versatile at all, really, because I didn't know third base. I had to learn third base.
Yeah.
So a versatile player, I feel like, already knows a bunch of places and can go there and be versatile, right? I wasn't versatile. I was a shortstop, period. Like, I'll be 100 with people. But growing up, my father instilled in me at a very young age, and my parents, my mom, that it's a team sport, not a me sport. It's a we, not me. And it was always said, you play wherever coach puts you. You give your team whatever you can do at whatever position they put you at, whenever they put you at it. And that's the mentality I had growing up through my whole life, my whole career. That's in everything I do. It's how can we get to where we need to be? It's not about me getting there. It's about us getting there as a group and being successful.
You're not so consumed about yourself. You're so selfless that you're worried about the success of the people around you. Something I learned in the Marine Corps especially, and it was one of the biggest things I ingrained in us in officer candidate school. It's not about you. It's about the people around you. It's about your Marines. What can you do to make sure they're taken care of? You need to be so squared away that you don't even have to think about yourself, so you can focus 90% of your attention on your Marines and make sure they're successful. It doesn't matter if you're successful. It's about them.
It has to be a team behind every good effort. Things don't happen by yourself on your own. And for every great accomplishment that we've achieved, there's a whole team behind us, right?
Teamwork. That's and what I love about softball, even surgery, right? You have your individual moment, but it's more because of collectively, it's for the ultimate greatness of the team, right? The team to be able to lift others up and empower others and inspire others. And that's what it was about. And that moment needed to be about that. But sometimes we have those individual moments.
The idea is it's team first, but it takes a bunch of individuals knowing their strengths and bringing that to the table to make the team the best. And so I think the key there for me was always to stay within my strength. I respected my teammates. I was so thankful for the gifts that they had. I got into a little bit of trouble when I was training with one of our power home run hitters, and I changed my swing a little bit. And let me tell you, her balls that went over the fence translated into a pop-up to the pitcher for me. So I very quickly learned, I cannot be her. I have got to stay within my own strengths. Just even though it doesn't look maybe as flashy as hers and what everybody's celebrating as much, do what I do well. That is to go up and battle every at bat. I consistently make contact. I hit line drives when they're needed. I come up in big moments, and I had to stay focused on what I brought to the table.
But there's two different ways to look at things. You can look at it and quit and say, oh, woe's me, and be mad that somebody took something from me, or you can step up to the challenge if you get an opportunity. And I had an opportunity. So being put on the second team, it was an opportunity for me. I didn't get kicked off completely. I wasn't never given a chance. I was given a chance by getting to the second team.
Yeah.
So I went to Canada. I did very well. I batted like 8-something there. And I hit a home run that they still talk about to this day that went over the trees. Won the home run derby there. And that was the same year that I think it was Treepy won the running contest there.
Oh, yes.
And so we did very well. We beat y'all. So, hey, we did good.
So people understand USA Softball had basically two teams. So they had the national team, and then in a sense like this team of all these players that very easily could be on the national team. And, we're all in the process still going forward. And so that team beat the main national team that would go on.
100%, especially for women. And I say that because we tend to self-doubt ourselves and let the negative talk come in, and what other people might say stick with us. And throughout my whole story, I have been told that I wouldn't be able to do things. I was told I wouldn't be able to be a college softball player. I was told I wouldn't be able to be a Marine Corps officer. I was told I wouldn't be able to achieve and make the bobsled team, constantly by other people, let alone what I think about myself. The questions of, do I have what it takes to be a college athlete? Do I have what it takes to move away from my family and play a sport where my parents aren't involved and I'm completely on my own as an 18-year-old? Or am I even good enough to be an Olympian? Like, these are things that constantly come, and I think that belief portion is what stops people in their tracks. It's the fear that will cripple people from obtaining God's desire for them in their life. And then they're stopped right there. And then they stop and wonder, well, I couldn't have done it because of that. And so something I always tell people is don't let you or someone else tell you no before you even try.
The thing that came to mind is like how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so like when you have that gold standard, like whether I'm flipping a house or whether I'm hitting an outside pitch, like I'm going to have this same standard or this same energy or this same, I'm going to show up the same no matter what the activity is. So I love the gold standard. I love it because that's how we should approach life. I think we shouldn't take things lightly, like just come at everything with like full intensity, and you're going to reap the benefits of that, like how you approach anything. I think if you come at it half, like just kind of going through the motions, like that's what you're going to get on the back end. So just kind of go in all in. I love the gold standard because for me, it's an expectation, and kind of approaching anything in life, doing the same thing at that high intensity level.
For me, it was just, I'm going to be the best I can be in the classroom, on the field, whatever it might be, that pursuit of excellence. Because I was denied opportunity, never again. I'm just going to break down walls if I have to. I'm going to climb over them. I'm going to dig under them, whatever it is to make it happen.
I will never allow this game to make me feel like this, but also for me to let myself get to this point. And I mean, there was no like superwoman moment where I like came out of the cardboard box and hit a home run. Like it still kind of sucked, honestly, the rest of the tournament. But I knew it was something that I needed to work on and change. And from then on, Leah, like just like you work on the backhand, you work on the low outside pitch on the tee, I worked on believing how good I was and understanding the strengths that I had and actually giving myself that due. Still working hard, but giving myself the ability to be like, Jess, you're good enough. You're strong, you're fast, you can do all of these things and you deserve to be on this team.
I've never played this position. I need to be the best at it. Our team went on to win the national championship. I led the Women's College World Series in hitting that year, and I'm catching balls over the fence and I'm diving, on TV. That position is what led me to be an Olympian. So I look at something that could have mentally taken me out of, no, this isn't my strength. I think a lot of players would have been mad that they got moved to the outfield. I was a pitcher also and a first baseman. It could have been like a demotion in my mind, and I could have just been, it's not mindset wise taken out. And so instead it was like, how can I still be the best? And so I really believe that obstacle ended up being greater than I ever could have imagined through, learning and growing and then opening new doors for me.